Today we're learning about another insufferable streamer. Or at least I'm assuming she's insufferable. I don't know. If Rev is talking about you in a bad light, you probably suck.
Hey,
So we're
what's up
gonna
guys,
see.
Riff here. So as you can see, no VTuber model today. I am on the road, which means I'm using my
Turn it down a little bit.
laptop that I'm pretty sure is so outdated it runs on AA batteries. But the show goes on because we
Hey, at least you can replace AA batteries quite easily.
have something very serious to talk about. Earlier today, I saw a clip on Twitch that really made my blood
Also, this TwitchCon, they all suck, but oh my god, this year especially was just so bad.
boil and exposed the double standard or lack thereof standards at all going on at Twitch when it comes to not only protecting its creators but also
No, they made a statement. They're increasing security next year, so they're going to go from 2 guards to 3. So don't worry, boys, you'll be safe next year.
punishing those who mistreat them. So everyone knows what happened at TwitchCon, okay? There was many events, but the main thing people were talking about was Emiru, a very popular streamer who was assaulted.
There was a thing with, I think Emiru was the biggest thing. There's a thing with Emiru. There's a thing with every VTuber whose stuff just magically evaporated. All the gifts just poofed into the ether. And there was a thing with Chibi Doki where she had to show her face to, I think it was TwitchCon staff. But obviously, either way, there's still issues that could arise from that.
Live on camera at a meet and greet, and many people cited a lack of security. Now, many people, like crazy cat lady reporters like Taylor Lorenz, who's a Twitch and Hassan simp, they came out in full force wearing a mask
Taylor is an absolute meat glazer for the biggest retards on the planet.
in the year 2025, saying that no, the security at Twitch was like an iron fortress. It was impenetrable.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we all know that's a lie. As Amiru would describe in her video response to everything that happened, she cited a lack of security. We also know other Twitch streamers were assaulted at that same convention. There was a lot of security concerns that I think were blatantly obvious. Now, what are we talking about today?
Oh, yes, he's going to show
Well, today we're
us.
going to be talking about a clip in particular and some responses from the people in it that are truly, truly disturbing. Okay?
Okay.
As I said earlier, this is a case of
The only good thing to come out of this is, you know, the guy who made the Hassan Shock song? He made one about Dan Clancy too. I watched it last night. I think it's called Life of a CEO. Bro, it's so good.
a double standard or possibly a lack thereof standards. We have a situation where a male was assaulted live on camera by two female streamers, and there's seemingly no
I immediately know how this is going to go. No, oh, it didn't count because you're a man and we're women, therefore we can't do any wrong in that aspect.
outrage. And some people
my
are
guess.
pointing to the double standard. People were outraged when particular female streamers have been assaulted, but in this case, if there's a male, they don't care.
Yeah.
And some people, like Asmongold, and he's also calling for more attention on the situation, I am very happy to oblige. He is saying there's no standard because, well, Twitch doesn't really protect anyone, and they don't really seem to do anything about people.
No. They protect Hassan and Frogan, and then, well, they can't protect them from a lawsuit, but you know, they can't protect them from themselves. They can protect them from others. I think they protect. I don't think anyone protects iDubbbz. I'm going to be honest. I think that dude's just like out here flying solo at this point.
Are assaulted on their platform. Now, this is the clip that I believe deserves so much more attention. I can't play it because I know I'll get bonked by YouTube in one way or another. But I'm going to describe what's happening. I did a little freeze frame here. So we have this guy, Saeed, right here, who's in a headlock. He was being chased around by these two female streamers who were trying to twerk on him. And to spoil it, we're going to some of his statements in just a second. He did not want to be a part of this. He did not want this to happen to him. He made it very clear he was uncomfortable, but they did it anyway. So this person right here who is currently twerking on him against his will, this is a streamer named Zoe Spencer. In the back here, the person, you know, literally has an arm around the guy's neck is Nina Lin. Those are the two main
Never heard of any of these people in my life, but okay.
protagonists here. They clearly were pushing his boundaries way beyond what he wanted. And even after he escaped, they chased him around the house and were sitting on him and pinning him down. It's a very hard watch. Okay.
Is their response to this going to be TLDR? this is some man's dreams. Why are you complaining about it? Is that what it's going to be? Like the whole, if a male student sleeps with a female teacher, he's seen as a legend, and that he scored. While if it's the other way around, a male teacher sleeps with a female student, he's a weirdo pedo creep.
Now, this is Saeed.
Okay.
This is the person who was
I was not expecting that
caught in the unfortunate end of this, where he said, I've been vocal about the situation originally and nobody cared. It took me a lot to talk about it again, and for the third time, it has hurt me once again, where it'll take me time to heal from it again. I've been invalidated by the parties, which don't realize what it did. And just like anything, when there is a male victim of sexual assault or anything like that, whoever put into an uncomfortable position by women, people are there to invalidate it. I mean, this is just like a random...
loser, bitch boy, Lamau. Sounds like he's ready to come out of the closet. Of course. Yeah, actual stereotypical, just like, response. Oh, you don't like being, touched in a way by women? Oh, you're gay. Don't know what people have been through. He could have been violated when he was younger, getting hit. Okay, yeah, that's fair. He's lame.
Group of screenshots of people responding to a screenshot of that now deleted response by Saeed. You can see, just read it for yourself. They're calling him a loser. They're calling him gay. They're calling him all these awful things, man. It's literally just like, no, I will never normalize men being victimized by women. We're not doing that. That should never be normalized. It's not okay. And they should face the same punishment as if they were a man. Now, this is Zoe Spencer, who really hasn't had a lot to say about this, but she is the one who is twerking on him and was literally chasing him around the desk and trying to do that over and over again.
Why wasn't this guy doing anything out of curiosity? Or maybe he was, but from what I know so far, it seems like he just kind of sat there and watched it.
I think permaban, or at least a very stiff ban, is in order, because this is completely...
She might get 30 days at most. You get 30 days for assaulting someone, so,
unacceptable. Reverse the roles.
Maybe 30.
It's such a basic thing to say, reverse the roles, and basically have a scenario where a woman is being held in a chokehold while a male streamer is forcing himself and twerking on her. There'd be infinite outrage, calls for bans from everyone. Every big streamer would be coming out and calling this out, but
everything, yeah.
Here we have crickets. But of course, their communities, both of these people, they're banning anyone talking about it. If you go into their chat and you ask about what happened to Saeed and what's going on with him, what's going on with the situation, you're going to get banned, okay? They're definitely very insecure about the situation, and they really hope it doesn't get bigger. But one of the parties involved, the one in the back, putting him in a chokehold, this Nina Lynn individual, she's doing her best to make this worse.
Oh.
Okay? She has come out with a whole bunch...
I don't have bronchitis. Okay.
...of clips where she is victim blaming. She's not just denying what's literally live on camera. She is mocking people like Saeed, saying it's embarrassing for a man to be assaulted.
So what if he says, I feel like you did some shit wrong? No, so the whole Saeed thing, no one essayed Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was going to talk to him, like, you definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you dead ass felt disrespected, I didn't know. So you better let me know.
I can tell just from the way she's speaking, she's a fucking retard. There's not a word of English in there. Not as bad as XQC, but... at least I know XQC is speaking some lick of English in there, I think. Sometimes he goes French, I don't know, but yeah.
I will always apologize. I mean, that's just normal people. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy shit, you never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
I don't think there's anything else as a man that should make your blood boil more than seeing a scenario where a fellow man is assaulted by women live on camera, and the person who did it comes out and says it's embarrassing for a man to be assaulted.
Yeah, what did you want him to do? Did you want him to play into it or turn around and give you like a mean right hook? Like, what is your argument here?
This is absolutely disgusting. The fact that these two individuals have not been permabanned for what happened.
Oh, they won't be. Dan's too busy jerking off to them. He won't.
The doubling down here by Nina it just tells you everything you need to know about Twitch. And like I said, double standard or no standard, there's a big problem here with this individual, and the fact that whatever culture she's a part of, she thinks this is okay. In fact, she thinks if it happens to a man, he should be embarrassed. No, we're not doing that here, okay?
I would love to hear her argument for it, though. Because she didn't really give an argument. She just said, like, you should be embarrassed. Why? I am very curious. Do explain. Is it because he's a man, so therefore he should just always be down to have sex with any woman with a pulse? Is that the argument? Or is the argument, which I feel like what the argument would be, is that you and the other girl were so hot that he just should have gone with it either way? I feel like that's the argument she would give. Unless she said it there, I don't know. I got like 2 words out of the 50 she said.
I've had enough of this. This person seems
Would be one of those
insufferable,
I feel.
to say the least. But it gets worse. Because now she's basically, I guess, tripling down where she makes a quote-unquote apology, where at the same time she says, I thought it was a joke.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was all just a joke. And she says she gives 0 Fs about streamers trying to farm her. Who is this woman?
Who's farming
I'm
you?
gonna always be all right, bro. Trust me. But I want to make sure he's okay with that ass. Because he's been very nice. He's always been very nice to me, you know? Who are we talking about? Guys, we're talking about Saeed. And this situation, what I'm talking about, has nothing to do with YBG and none of that. So I don't want to hear his name, but it only has to do with me and Saeed. And listen, I'm old enough to own up to what I did wrong. And during
I'm old enough to own up to what I did, but I'm not actually going to. At least now she's speaking English, so that is a buff.
the situation, I genuinely 100% thought it was a joke. I just thought he was laughing, so I'm like, oh, like we all just laughing and geeking. But yeah, I see. It is wrong. It is really, really wrong, and what we did was wrong. You know, he clearly was uncomfortable with it. You know, and he was very hurt
Nina, she's not gonna have sex with you, little bro. Come on.
by it. So that's all that we know.
No, you absolute weirdo. Nobody is trying to farm you for clout. I don't even know
No
what
one knows
clout
who you are.
This
Yeah.
is absolutely ridiculous. We're
And that's
farming
coming from me, by the way. If I'm saying no one knows who you are, you're cooked.
you because you
It's like
are
if
a
a furry
gross
calls you
person.
out, it's like,
You are pushing people's boundaries, and then you are shaming the person who speaks out against it. Your behavior is disgusting, and I don't think you should be allowed on places like Twitch. Can you believe who are these people? Where did they get this attitude from? You would think this person has 1 million subs the way they talk about themselves. No, this is a person groveling for attention and having to literally pin guys down and have other women do stuff that they did not consent to get attention. That's how low you have to go for attention. That's down in the mud. That's embarrassing. Completely and utterly embarrassing. But it gets worse. Just like anyone else who's having certain allegations.
Is this going to be a case where we're actually going to find like 10 clips that she's done this in the past and she's going to...
on Twitch or is facing major controversies? She's really channeling her inner Hassan Piker, where other clips are starting to resurface, where she's doing some pretty, I'd say, uncalled for things to her cat.
Hi. We merry-go-round, Somi.
Okay.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, Somi, I'm sorry. Somi, I'm sorry. Somi, I'm so sorry. So
At this point, we're going to bring in Asmongold. I'm sure it was in the title. I haven't made it yet.
The
but
boss battle.
he is one of the people really pushing for this, okay? It's not like he's the first one to post about the clip, but he is the biggest streamer, YouTuber, whatever you want to call him, who is pushing for something to happen in this situation. And I am very happy to oblige and do my part in this. So here's a clip we're going to watch from Asmongold where he's saying he's going to make a video. I don't know at the time of recording. He might make one in the next couple of hours before this goes live, but as of right now, he hasn't released an official video. But he's saying there's not even a double standard here, and this behavior is disgusting. In fact, Twitch really has no standard whatsoever,
Nasty, raunchy, hood rat Cardi B behavior.
and calls her a Cardi B wannabe, which is honestly...
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but now that he said it, now it makes sense.
Yeah, sounds about right, actually.
Twitch is like, we have standards called double standards. Yeah. No, it's not even a double standard because they didn't give a fuck when it happened to other girls, right? And give a fuck about Sammy, they didn't give a fuck with this. I just it's not double standards. They've got no standards. No, we gotta get a video out on this and let everybody know about it. We gotta let people know about this shit. This is some nasty ass raunchy hood rat fuck shit, disgusting Cardi B wannabe hoe ass behavior that should be on like the red light district, and it should have no place on the internet. Get your hoe ass off of here, sexually assaulting people. You're fucking disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Get the fuck out of here. Like, how do you even do this? Wow.
No comment, as per usual. Honest, based, true. You tarot card. You positivity patrol. What the fuck? I'm so happy I don't use Reddit.
OnlyFans make this shit normalized? No.
Yeah,
No, it didn't. No, this did not make no. This shit was never normalized. It should never be normalized. Don't ever it's nobody's fault except for their fault that they did this. Nobody else made this happen.
Yeah, the frustration should be there, okay? Yeah, you should be angry like Asmongold is. Like, what else can you say about this? This person has to resort, or both of these people have to resort to ridiculous and unacceptable behavior. There's no platform that should ever accept this. Twitch is really showing their true colors more and more every single day. And if nothing happens, what is that?
At this point, I'm convinced Twitch doesn't even actually have a moderation team. Like, I'm assuming it's just like, I don't know how big Twitch is staff-wise. I'm also just not bothered to look it up. But let's just say it's 1,000. Although it's probably more than that. It's just 1,000, like, that was way too close to the mic. 1,000, like, Karens. And what's the male Karen called again? It's like Clyde or some shit. It's 1,000 Karens and Clydes just sitting around jerking each other off, getting paid for it, watching Hassan Piker streams. They mod him, they mod his orbiters, definitely, but like anyone else, no. They might ban a VTuber if they have too much hip. Admittedly, they might get up off their ass and do something there. Never actually banning the correct ones, but you know, they do at least ban. Maybe there's a quota. If they don't hit the quota of like one ban a month, they all get fired.
Say about Twitch, and I have no confidence they'll do anything, but Asmongold, in a different clip, is saying that he's going to use his power and influence to push as hard as he can to make Twitch do something. So then there's a standard set up one way or another that's going to say, this is how Twitch handles situations like this. And it might end up with them being legally liable. And you know what? You know what, guys? Awesome. Let's make that happen.
Let me see if I pull up the clip. Isn't it crazy this bitch hasn't gotten banned yet? She hasn't, right? Did she get banned on Twitch? So let me get this straight. So it's been a whole day. Everybody been talking about this. You have this girl that sexually assaults a guy on camera, and she not even banned. Wow. We're gonna bring this up tomorrow.
No, Asmon, you don't understand. She said that. Well, she said he was a loser, but then she said that it is bad. So therefore, checkmate, bozo. She apologized. Fuck you.
Like, actually, I'm thinking about maybe I should tell somebody that works at Twitch about this in order to make sure that, honestly, to make them legally liable. Because, like, now you knew about this, right? Like, now you
know who's gonna have a field day with this legal mindset. Oh, I can't wait for a video. Oh,
knew that there was sexual assault that happened. It's on video, and like now, you know that's it. And so I think they know, man. Yeah, but it's different if like I have it right there and I say it right there. Do it in writing. Oh, I will. I'll do it in writing. And so yeah.
So yeah, that's a situation involving Twitch and these streamers who did this to the Saeed individual, and this whole thing is a giant mess. It should make your blood boil. And please share the message of this video, share it around. Videos like this tend to get a little nuked and the algorithm.
Yeah,
it's just
'cause
the
they're
way it is because
using,
there's a lot
like terminology that's more adults than YouTube, broadly speaking, to something like that.
of a lot of no words, whether it's
Yeah.
in the images I'm sharing or the things I'm saying. I try
mean,
to dance
that
around
woman's in fucking lingerie in almost every fucking photo you've shown of her, so yeah, you're probably going to get nuked.
certain words, but it gets to a point you just have to say them, right? Because otherwise it sounds like you're trying to mess with the context, and I think it's really important in situations like this. I think there should be absolutely no tolerance for this, whether it's a male or female who receives this sort of treatment. I think that is a very normal thing to say, and if anyone has a problem with that, you really need to reevaluate. Okay, I don't.
I can think of one streamer whose entire chat base would argue that you're wrong. And the streamer himself would argue you're wrong. He also happens to be one of Twitch's most popular streamers.
Think we should ever celebrate stuff like this happening to a man. In fact, it should be
Shouldn't
punished.
be celebrated ever against anyone.
That is a very, very disgusting lie that a lot of men have been told, that if stuff like that happens to you, you're not just, you can't even call yourself a victim. You're lucky that happened. No. It's gross. It should be treated the same as if it happened to a woman. And I think that is a very fair thing to say. But anyways, make sure to like, comment, and
It won't, realistically speaking, it won't. But yes, it should.
subscribe. Let's get this one in the algorithm and do our best to prop this video up, because
I'll skim the comments super quick. If a man had done this to the whole internet, yep. She's shaming a guy who sexually assaulted live on Twitch. Let that sink in. What is even the point of Twitch terms of service? I don't know. As an Asian, she breaks every stereotype about Asians being smart. There's a lot of Asians. Rice Gum was like the pinnacle, or he was the pioneer. They're the type of girls who would call cops and lie about abuse. I'm not going to say for sure, but I do understand where you're coming from. They always do the same thing again and again. Men should, open up more, but then when men do open up, they get shamed for it. Is that what it is? Yeah. As a woman, the complete disgrace or disregard. Sorry, not disgrace. My brain isn't braining. Yeah. Like I had a girl touch me inappropriately. She was from my school. We were out one night. I think it was Halloween. Yeah, it was Halloween 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And she was touching me inappropriately, and I kept pushing her off, but she kept doing it. And I just was like, no, just stop. The next day when I went into school, I found out from one of my friends that apparently she had told everyone that I had punched her. And when I asked her about it, she was like, oh yeah, I just got mad that you wouldn't let me do anything. I was like, lovely, okay. No one believed it though, because she did have a really bad rap for lying about people and lying about things. Like, she was just a chronic liar. So no one believed her, but I was like, such a fucking weird thing to do, you know? Anyway, that's it for today. I will be streaming again soon, and I will be streaming the Outer Worlds 2, because it came out. There's also Vampire the Masquerade 2, but I checked the reviews, and apparently it is nothing like Masquerade 1. Basically, from what I've gathered, is basically they got a game. The studio behind it are making a game, but no one really likes the game, so they just slapped Vampire on it, so that way they could sell copies. I have it. I mean, I'll see. I'll play a little bit in my own time to see if it's worth streaming, and if it is, we'll stream it. If not, then no. Until then, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm tired.